Act 3, The Twilight Flood. 22, Twilight Zinnias. 32nd of the Astral Moon. What you doing? Oh, quest. Good morning, sleep well.
That greeting ain't gonna do, innkeeper. Give me your best lines, I'll hear 'em all today.
Top of the morning to you, adventurers.
Go on.
Peace and contentment upon you, travelers. Sweet water and good berries, friends.
Alright, enough.
You seem to be in high spirits.
Not often you get the chance to work on a project of a lifetime.
I'm glad you're so passionate about this. Hope you didn't give Lynn too hard of a time convincing you. Nah. Once I mentioned Dragonfire, it would have been harder to stop her from going on the quest. Was just tough to find her. Didn't take you for a nighttime soup enjoyer.
I'm not, usually. I can be persuaded though, with the right soup and company.
I assume your quest for comfort food turned out successful? Not at all. It was thwarted by the shadow of night. Dearest Rhea promised we shall endeavor to make shortbread another day, when the sun is high in the sky, and the stories are open.
I'll need to make that sword first though.
Did Carolyn update you on what's at stake? Sure did.
Those sigils of alcoholic zest won't know what hit 'em when they see the newly forged weapon.
It's sigils of Alkafest. Gesundheit. So I assumed you've worked out a game plan?
More or less. Not like we've got a lot of information on the quest of yours.
I'm sorry.
You worked with what you had. We'll manage. Though that ever-burning flame of Leviathan sounds more like a myth than something real.
Sounds exactly like something you need for a mythical weapon capable of saving the world.
Huh. Still. Are you sure you're okay with reforging your sword for this gear?
Yes. It's the right thing to do.
That wasn't what I was asking about. Believe me, I know a thing or two about the importance of an heirloom.
It's fine. It's just... I wonder if I'll still feel the same connection to my Baba when I look at the sword afterwards. Eventually everything she gave at in life will be gone. Don't you think she'd like looking at a sword of Carolyn the hero? It has quite a wonderful ring to it.
I didn't know your grandma, but reforging that sword with dragon's fire to save the world, I think she'd be pretty mighty proud of you.
Aw.
And I'll make sure that weapon is the best anyone swung this side of the ether tree.
You have a competition to win after all.
Exactly. I've been thinking all night about what techniques to use. The design ain't exactly final, but I'll finish it during our trip to the Highlands if I'm fast enough.
Rhea, are you doing okay?
Never heard of giving someone time to think.
You seem to be putting a lot of pressure on yourself.
This can't just be some simple run-of-the-mill weapon. And there's so much to decide before starting the forging process. Hitting, quenching, tempering.
And the 5 Varican heat treatment techniques.
The 5 wait? That could actually work. I'm surprised you still remember those.
Certainly. You are very passionate about the method. I'm just stoked to get a weapon made by you, Rhea. If it's you, I know my Barbash sword is in good hands. You seem to have a forging part covered. Anything planned for the rest of the quest?
Right. Since we don't really know much about who or what might be guarding the flame, we're taking Hex along. Should we encounter any defenses of magical sort. As for how we get to the Highlands, Clay and Tia couldn't come along, so let's hope Bio is up for helping us with her tree traveling thing.
Seems like you've got your bases covered. You as the main fighter, Rhea as the crafts master, Hex and Baya as the magical support, and Kyle as emotional support. The most important role, if I do say so myself. How will we forge a legendary weapon if our spirits are low as the astral sea?
Also, he can't lift like 3 grown men at once without an issue, so... Got it.
Seems like you've thought of everything then.
Hopefully. Some help from your drinks would be mighty appreciated nonetheless.
Anything in particular in mind? Some fire resistance seems like it'd come in handy.
Does sound reasonable. We could focus on agility if we're already going that direction. Don't think we want to take whatever traps we run into head on. And add some strength as well, or anything we can't avoid. That and the fire resistance should definitely help with forging the weapon as well. Though that ghost berry I brought to you yesterday, I wouldn't mind some invisibility either. It might give us some imaginative ways to deal with whatever challenges we end up facing. Concentrating on intelligence to make full advantage of that sounds like a good option too. Axe would like that, I bet. Knowing him, there's an equal chance of his ideas going right and horribly wrong. If things go south, we'll need a chum to talk our way out of anything. Sounds decent. Some intelligence could also help with figuring out the techniques you mentioned. And my design, I guess. Alright, Innkeeper. You look like you're bursting to help us out with our decision. It's going to be dexterity with some strength as backup and fire resistance, or should we approach this with intelligence, a small dose of charisma in case things go wrong, and some handy invisibility? Well, if you're asking me... I do like the intelligence aspect. Let's go with that. And invisibility, right? Yeah. Here's hoping this goes well, because we got one shot. Here we go. If you want to forge that weapon properly, it might be best to reserve your strength. Also, anyone guarding the flame should be pretty invested in the dragon's well-being. So here, to solving the challenges ahead of you, cleverly. Appreciated, Innkeeper. I think this will put us on the right track. And with that, we're off to the Highlands. Me and Kyle are gonna go grab Hex. You go get Baya? Sure. Good. Alright, that's it, Innkeeper. One last line for good luck. Make it count. Mind the creaky step on your way out. Heh, fair. Fare thee well, dear Innkeeper. Bye. What's up? Kinda weird, isn't it? What is? There's going to be a battle for the fate of the world. But Elfie ain't even here to worry themselves stupid about it. They'd have loved this, I think. Aw. Not the impending doom, but all this getting together to do evil stuff. Defeat evil stuff. Make sure to get those guys heading to the Twilight Portal to keep an eye out for them. Oh well. Good. Suppose it's time for me to head out as well. Stay safe, Lynn. Always, Innkeeper. Nighttime? It's raining. They're back. Innkeeper, we have returned. I can see that, Tia. I was waiting for you. Though I'm surprised to see you here, Jade. Yeah, well, Miss Holier Than Thou dragged me along. About finally doing my part. I distinctly remember you expressing open interest in our plight,
when we were talking to Aniko. I believe you asked multiple times that indicated your desire to help. I remember asking about how much you'd pay, and you said nothing, so I said no thanks. And yet you didn't resist coming along. You're not wrong. Do you have a better job lined up, Jade? Not yet. Aniko and I are eyeing something, but I guess I've got some time to kill. Perhaps Aniko can help too then. They better. Not sure if I can deal with Princess here alone. No need to deal with me, I can handle myself. I'd love to have Aniko on the team. Me too. I assume you have written us a quest, Innkeeper. I have. Take a look. Excellent work. I knew we could count on you. Let me have a look at that. We just have to catch a guy at a portal? Seems simple enough. We could even set up an ambush. Or be sneaky if he's already there. You can sneak, big guy? I could do a lot of things. A few years back, I spent some time with some lithic panthers who showed me how to sneak up on anybody. I just don't like doing it. It seems a bit rude, you know? No, I don't. But I think the situation calls for a little rudeness. Agreed. It does. And for a little more manpower. You're right, Innkeeper. We should ask Aniko for help. Also, Hex suggested taking Voy along. He's a great distraction and knows his way around the Twilight Chasm, should our quest lead to it. Apparently he has family here, though I hope we don't need to disturb them. Anyone else? We could consider a whole lot more, but Scully and Grace make a good point. They said not everyone is battle-tested and that it'd be reckless to take an inexperienced adventurer along. They also said we should look into more backup plans for the backup plan. I think they just wanted an excuse to do some research and to stay away from the bloodshed. Fair. Can't blame them exactly. Melly really wanted to come too, but Nil said no. Is he coming himself? Of course. Made these two ask him before we got here. We need good fighters, and Kid's got some talent. I hope he said goodbye properly this time. Caroline made sure he did. Never saw a more terrifying death glare in my whole life. It was very impressive. It was. So, are you finished with your questions? Actually, could you review the plan for me one more time? It's been a long couple of weeks. Sure, so listen up. We make it to the Twilight Portal by the moon pools, and we stop our big, bad, evil from going through. If we fail that, or if he's faster than us, we chase him through the Twilight Chasm and into and we prevent him from getting the fancy axe. And if that fails, well, we stop him at all costs. Sounds like a good plan. While you're at it, will you keep an eye out for favorable for me? Of course. Now, Innkeeper, by the dragons and all that is holy in this world, can we count on your help again? Yes. What do you need? Easy. We just need to be quicker than that maniac. We should be the first to reach the portal, and we should be the first to attack him, all while dodging his counterattacks. Outspeeding him seems the smartest option here. You're wrong. It's foolish to think his strikes won't be powerful. We need to be well protected against him, so we can take him down before he really hurts any of us. Don't be stupid. If we're fast enough, he won't even get a chance to hurt us. I'd like you to say that again when you're lying in a pool of your own blood. Okay, maybe we need both. It's just the balance that counts. We should focus on the whole defense, but keep some dexterity in our back pocket. And maybe some of that fast infusion thingies could make the difference. I could hasten you with some golden feathers or saber fangs. Great. Alternatively, you could give us a lot of dexterity instead, with just a little bit of defense on top. And to make sure we don't get hurt, you can give us some of that frost armor Scully keeps talking about. Sure thing. I've got enough frozen pine cones left for that. I don't think Jane and Tia can make a decision without bloodshed, so could you help us out? Of course. I know just what to do. Do I?
I like the idea of the I know it was a feather. Yeah. And this. Okay. Here you go. Defense should be your #1 priority, but I think haste makes for a good backup plan. You can never have enough of those. See, I was right, as usual. You chose the right focus, Innkeeper. Ugh. At least we'll be fast so I don't have to listen to you gloat much longer. Let's get this over with. Alright, Clay, let's go. Drama. Clay? Are you okay? No, I don't think so. Aren't you scared? Of what? All of this, the fate of the world is a very heavy weight to bear, don't you think? What if someone gets hurt and I can't stop it? What if I can't protect you and the others, and the world of all the ferrets? Clay, stop, please, for a moment, just stop. I know this is scary. Truth be told, I'm scared too. My whole life has been building up to this moment. I've always been told I'm meant to save people, and if I can't, what's the point of me, you know? You are the point. I'm glad you exist, even if you don't save anyone. You're not some mythical savior, you're my friend. And you're mine, and I'm a little less afraid because I have you with me. You taught me how to value myself as a person, despite all the weight on my shoulders. I wish you would do the same for yourself. I promise you, together we'll get through this. And we will save each other and our friends, the world, and all of the ferret. And the innkeeper while we're at it. Thank you, I appreciate being included. And you're enough. Yeah, fear is a powerful motivator. Use it. If you're scared they'll get hurt, channel all your fear into making sure they don't. So use my fear for strength, just like with anger. Exactly. Don't let him use it against you. Strike him down with it. I think I can work with that. Can we still hold hands? Can we still hold hands on the way there? So it's a little less scary. Of course. And remember, you can never lose me. Your bracelet will always tell me exactly where I am. And if you get lost somehow, despite your impeccable senses of orientation, mine will help me find you too. You'd get lost just looking. Maybe I'd have to ask Jade for help. I'd do that for you. Thank you, Tia. You're a great best friend. Oh. So are you. Alright then. Best bud. Let's do this together. Best of luck. Oh, that's so cute. We need it. Aww. Hello. Hi, Grace. You must have made them some really good drinks, Innkeeper. I've never seen Clay that determined. I tried my best. I have to say, Grace, I'm surprised you're not accompanying Hex to the ever-burning flame. Hi, Millie. She didn't want to stop studying the magical spells. She thinks they might help us solve all of this. I think what might help me right now is a drink. Something that'll get my thoughts flowing gracefully despite all of this mess. Give me a moment. Need a brainy drink. Bum, 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 bum. That's the wrong thing. Silly me. Purple. There you go. Beautiful. A delicious thought detangling just for you.
I don't think I've ever tasted detangler as delicious as this.
You've tasted detangler?
Melly, would you like a drink as well?
No, thank you. I've already had 3 hot chocolates today.
Oh my goodness, that's good on you. And that's a lot. That's... Bloody, okay.
I think if any more magic enters my system, I'm going to eat the sun.
On to another topic then. I heard you formed a research team.
We did. Obviously, Grace and I are the leaders, but we are also recruiting Scully and Archie. And Una said she wanted to sit with us and crochet while we work.
What a great excuse to help.
Well, she...
Oh, I clicked the wrong one.
Well, she is retired.
And avoidant.
She's crocheting us gloves so we can hold our weapons better. They're really cool. Rufus is helping us too. His wool is so soft, it calms everyone down. I wish Nils would join us too. I guess he's busy off fighting the mean guy. But he promised he'll be back soon, so... And he'd better keep his promise.
What are you looking into anyway? Melly mentioned spells. Are those the ones Hex found in the tower?
Yes,
those ones exactly.
He stayed up all night decoding their formulas, but...
As soon as he figured out what they were about, he lost interest. So I picked them up. Most of them were rudimentary, all things we already have in our spell books, but 2 stuck out with me. Care to educate me? Which one do you want to hear about first? Teleportation or soul binding? Teleportation. One of the scrolls we found holds a powerful teleportation spell. Now I fancy myself quite equipped at conjuration magic, but Hex finds it boring. He picked up the scroll just because he assumed the golden runes meant it was special. He was right, but I guess it didn't have enough fire for him. How is it special? I think, if cast correctly, it could get you anywhere in Asteria with incredible accuracy, even to protect places and other planes, but I'm trying to figure out how to use it without destroying myself. It requires more mana than people usually have in their body. So you think it'll kill its caster? Almost certainly so. It still has a lot of promise. Maybe I can modify it. What about the other scroll? The other scroll. Hax brought home a glass case with a glowing floating scroll inside. After we got it out and removed it from its protective runes, he was pretty disappointed. A riddle-locked glass case and protective runes seems like someone didn't want it to be used. I'm pretty sure I know why. It describes pulling souls right out of people's bodies and binding them to objects, a Horcrux. Completely volatile magic and dangerous, I assume. It's been a little hard to translate. I'm trying to figure out any side effects it may have, so I can convince Hex not to use it whenever he's slightly inconvenienced. Good luck with that. Thank you. Hex also brought back a lot of Wizard's personal notes. Diaries and such retelling of his exploits, of his hopes, dreams and fears. When I have some more time, I think I'll be able to do a deep dive into who he was. Maybe I can even put a little exhibition together if Voyan and Nico let me borrow some of those magical items. I don't dare to refuse you. I'd hope not.
I want some magical scrolls of my own to decipher. But first we need to finish this research. Just cause we need to figure out what to do if...
It's just nice to have something to do is all. Plus, I'll take any excuse to hear more of Scully's Everbloom stories.
He's trying to figure out whether we can reverse the sigils. That'd be neat.
Maybe you can duct tape them back together.
I don't think so. With Archie's help, I also made this whole board where I can collect and connect all of our clues. Specifically if I've been looking into who exactly that necromancer guy is. Clay said he noticed some flowers on his armor, and I think that might be a clue. Maybe he's a florist, or they're zombie flowers, or he wants to destroy all flowers. I need to figure out what his motive is, because if we can figure out his motive, we can figure out who he is, and then we can figure out his weaknesses. Not that we need them, because Nils and the others will
What did he say? Kick his abs. But looking into it makes me calmer. Yes. They'll be alright, right, innkeeper? The zombies aren't gonna eat them. Like they ate my parents.
They won't. They'll all protect each other. He'll come back for you.
I hope so. I don't want that to happen again. I miss my parents. I wish they were here to hold my hand.
What were they like?
Well, I remember my dad always told me bedtime stories about swashbuckling burglars. And I remember my mom loved making things out of yarn, especially socks. And they were really nice and cool, and I loved them so much. I know I can't replace your parents, but if it's okay. But is it okay if I hold your hand until Nils, Carolyn, and Fable come back? Can it be nice? I feel a lot safer with them around, you know? Like I'm home again.
You are home.
I think so too. But enough dramatic backstory. I'm turning into Nils. Just less repressed and gay for Fable.
Can you say that these days?
Maybe it's time to head out.
We'll update you on our research tomorrow, innkeeper.
But first, I'm going to get a lot of ice cream.
Exactly. Una promised she'd make some. Save some for me.
We'll try. Yummy ice cream.
Hello. Long time. Hello there. It's been a while since you last showed up. Thought something might have happened to you. A lot of things have happened. Not all of them good, which also means not a lot of them were bad either. I did end up finding those golden loon feathers quickly, with a little help from Voyage. But with everything going on, I decided to stick around and help those in need. That sounds just like you. How are things with you, though? What's that face for? You don't need to say much for me to know what that face means. I've seen it once or twice before. Is there something I can do for you? What is there to be done, Quincy? It's like everything's in limbo. Like dancing on the edge of a blade. One wrong move and it's over? Something like that. Would it help if I asked you for a drink? Maybe. You know what always helps me when I'm feeling down? What? A good cup of Quincy's hot chocolate. Here. After all I've heard, you might need it more than me. Thank you. That's very kind of you. Now go on. Make me a drink. This one or another. Whatever you'd like. Oh, I'll make you the hot chocolate. I got you. Oh yeah, that fits his look so much. Couldn't wait to try it out right away. Well, you replicated it perfectly. My hands and heart are warm. Want a sip for yourself? You look like you need it. Maybe later. May this drink be warmer than the currents of these times. Most certainly is. Thank you, innkeeper. Of course. So, how are you? I'm kind of losing my mind. Understandable. It feels like an underreaction. It feels like there's a million different emotions whirling around in my head, almost none of them good. And if they are good, my worries twist them into something horrifying. That doesn't seem fair. I don't know if emotions can be fair or unfair. Either way, it's good to feel things. Reminds you you're alive. I'd like to feel a little less. We all say that until we suddenly do, and then we wish we weren't so empty. Isn't it good to care again? To have people you want to be well? Maybe I didn't think I'd care again, but I want to. I didn't want to, but it just happened. Yes. Just like that, without my consent, might I add. The heart wants what it wants, and sometimes what it wants is friendship. But I can see how that's a scary feeling. So many things are on the line now. Perhaps more than you bargained for. It was easier when I looked away. Would you rather look away than help your patrons, your friends? No, but now I have to face the fear of losing them. Funny. Funny? Didn't you swear to me you were done fearing death? That you had nothing left to lose? Sometimes lying to yourself is easier than lying to others, I guess. I'll keep my "I told you so" to myself. I just feel like I'm stuck in an endless cycle and there's no way out that doesn't tear me apart. Would it help you to know we've all felt like that at some point in our lives? No, not really, no. Then let me leave you this instead. Love may come at the price of loss, but the inevitability of loss also comes with the reward of love. You can't lose something without having loved it. And so, you should love whatever it is that you fear to lose. Those are the moments that matter, the moments that make your life worth living. Besides, you have the power to step out of that cursed cycle anytime. Do I? Write your own story, my friend. Don't doom yourself because you think it's what you deserve. I forgot how good you are at giving advice. Makes me a bit envious. You'll get there eventually. I hope so. Thanks for checking in. I think I needed that. Of course, please don't stop reaching out. The safety of isolation is not worth the loneliness. I'll try to remember that. You better. Now, I heard the night market's close by, and I really don't want to waste this opportunity, so don't let me hold you back. Till next time, take care of yourself, be kind to yourself, and be safe out there. Why don't I get a catchphrase? Oh well, guess it comes with age. Maybe next millennium. Hello. Greetings, traveler. Why are you so creepy, bro? Nice armor, is it new? No. Does it seem familiar? The flowers certainly do. Did you keep my books? You know, I imagined this place differently. It's nice. Thank you. But I thought you'd be long gone by now. After all, you like running, don't you? I like it here. Though your visit is making me consider moving soon. It's not advised to stay in one place for too long anyway. Eventually the past will catch up to you. I figured. What brings you here? Really, Quasar? You know this and that. I paid Marrow Castle a visit. It was quite serene this time of year. What for? Sightseeing. Trespassing. You broke in? No, of course not. I walked in. I was persistent in my approach. Politely, I knocked on the door. Unfortunately, vampires these days have no hospitality. No one came forth to greet me, so I had to let myself in. That was a bit rude of you, no? Rude. Innkeeper politeness has always been a virtue I stand by. I don't remember you as a polite person. Your mind must be failing you. The manor was derelict. Seems like even vampires abandoned eventually. Inside, broken glass and blood speckled the ancient halls. A shame. It must have been such a beautiful estate once. But I didn't dwell too long. I took the chance to get what I wanted without any inconvenient interference. And what would that be? Curious as ever, aren't you? With the vial of blood. Is this the guy, like literally, is this the guy that we're looking for right now? That's why I made it my job. What? Being nosy? Something like that. I get to hear a lot of things every day. People like to talk. You manipulate your patrons into telling you their darkest secrets. I don't manipulate, I listen. I'm all ears. What would Lady Evelyn have that you, Quasar Duskbringer, would want? Just a little blood. Ingredients for the execution of a grand design. Grand design? We were never ones to make big plans. Speak for yourself. Maybe times changed you. Oddly enough, you still look the same though. I had to make sure you'd recognize me after all. How could I ever forget you? It seems like it was pretty easy for you to move on. It wasn't. Yet you're hiding. You ran away from everything that once mattered to build a life behind a counter in a shabby tavern. Is that why you're here? To throw your accusations around? No, I guess I just wanted one last chat now that everything's coming to an end. And I'm curious about how this old friend of mine is doing. So how are you doing, friend? I'm full of hope for a better tomorrow. Me too, I'm just afraid that we're hoping for different dawns. We might be. How are you doing? Do you even want to know? That's my job, and my tavern is open to everyone. Your protective spells beg to differ. They let you through, didn't they? True. So how about a drink? And then you can tell me whatever it is that you need to get off your chest. Sure. Let's see if you still know me well enough. And if you remember what I taught you. Of course I do. Oh. And who does not like this guy? I don't really want to give you anything that's gonna benefit you, but whatever. I know, you're right. I'd rather give you a debuff drink. How about this? Sweet and chatty. Not bad, almost tastes like back in the day. Did you think I'd forget? Yes. I assumed you are good at abandoning memories as you are at abandoning people. Ouch. It seems like people are right on one thing though. And that would be? Your drinks can influence fate. They can't save people, but they can push them in the direction, alter their destiny. I wouldn't go that far. I simply do my best to support my patrons in their endeavors. Will you support my endeavor? As I said, I serve anyone in this tavern. How noble. How awfully morally grey. How optimistic. It's like nothing's changed. I like it that way. Making decisions for people, leading them to their doom. All because you can't help but wonder what a little entropy would do. I help. You help, sure. You always like to help when it was most convenient for you, when it got people to love you. I hope all your helping has aided you in forgetting them. I didn't forget them. Oh, is that so? I couldn't sleep for months. My heart bled and bled until there was nothing left to bleed. I was alone. And by the end of it, when nothing was left, there was just one question. How could the one person I trusted with my life turn on me like that? How dare she leave me with nothing but stars staring at them alone? Wondering whether the blood would ever wash off. And how by the dragons was their false light? Is all you've done with your freedom, this dastardly achieved freedom, this? There's still blood on our hands. It took me way too long to realize that I didn't have to give up, that I'm not like you, that it doesn't have to be their blood that sticks to my hands. They're gone. Not for much longer. Soon the star rain and the flood that washed away our yesterday will open the gates to a new tomorrow. A new horizon unhaunted by still ghosts. Quasar. Innkeeper. Why would you do something like this? Don't we owe it to them? To wipe out humanity or everyone so that we can rise up a few dead people? No. No, you don't. The you I knew would have agreed. The me you knew was foolish. Some situations are hopeless, and some decisions aren't easy. Decisions are quite easy if you set your mind to it. Say I need to tear apart Cassiopeia's wings for the stars to rain upon Gaia. An ambitious task. I could decide not to and abandon my plans because I'm intimidated by the complexity, or scared of the consequences, but no. Instead, I chose to stick with it and get what I want. I don't give up. I succeed. It truly is that simple. If you care, you'll get it done, no matter how much effort it may take. Everyone was dead. I wasn't. Didn't we promise to always stand by each other's side? To never be alone again? We did. Didn't they deserve the same? They did. Then why are you here and they aren't? I don't know. Me neither. What did we mean to you? Nothing. We meant nothing to you. The home we built, it meant so little. That's not true. Do you still ponder about the meaning of life watching the stars? No, there aren't any anymore. It's better that way. It means there's no risk of getting caught up in trivial things. Like getting caught up in the thought of a world without pain. Like that. So naive. So stupid. It meant everything to me. Don't lie to me! I've seen through the charade. Your tricks don't work on me anymore. Look at the stars now that they lie at our feet. A declaration of your failure. An elegy to your cowardice. And a demonstration of my endurance. Everything is set. Everyone will get what they deserve. Even your little replacements. Soon there'll be no more but a fading memory on the horizon. Feels familiar, doesn't it? They're alive. They can be saved. They are alive indeed. What you should ask yourself is for how much longer, and if the time comes, will you run again? No. But you sent them to their deaths, didn't you? I sent them to stop you. I'm aware. Which reminds me, I'll have to leave soon before your little pawns interfere with my threads of fate. Gertrude? Come on, it's time to go home. Gertrude? Is my dragon? My crow? It's not my crow? Hey. Interesting. Cato explained. I sent you a little companion so you wouldn't be so alone, but I need her back now. You know, I value my privacy, and I value the perfect execution of my plans. So thank you for collecting so much information for me. You don't have to do this. I don't, but I will. Anyway, I've got somewhere to be. Speaking of which, my invitation, the offer, still stands. Join me and watch as I repair what you've destroyed 30 years ago. Join me to witness the renaissance of past times. I can't. My place is here. What a pity. It almost pains me to see you haven't changed one bit. I've moved on. You should try it sometime. Spoken like a true coward. It's not like I need you anyway. Not anymore. See you soon, old friend. Or not. Thing.
Living life every day.